my name is Tiffany, and I'll be doing my persuasive argument over whether or not people are born a certain way. Let's say, for instance, you have a baby, and if babies are born a certain way, this baby is going to be a serial killer. Now, do you kill the baby because the baby's going to kill people, or do you give that baby an opportunity to grow, to live, to learn, to make the decisions for themselves? That's the question that I'm posing today, is whether or not people are actually born a certain way. In the Bible, it says that God created man from woman equal, the same. That we come into this world pure. We have the choice to choose between good and evil. We were Because Adam and Eve ate from the tree of knowledge, they all gave us the opportunity to choose between good and bad, between gay and straight, between a serial killer and a normal person. So for someone to say that a person is born a certain way is, to me, morally wrong. For the simple fact that there's no scientific proof that you're born a certain way. Of course, there's genetics that can cause a person to be a certain way. Take, for instance, an alcoholic parent. It's more likely that the child can grow up to be an alcoholic as well, for the simple fact that they're in that environment. And that's what people fail to realize, is that you're not born a certain way. You are created. You're molded into something because of the environment that you're in, because of the people you surround yourself with, because of the video games that you play. Today, we've got video games that are so real that, I mean, it could mess some kids up in the long run, just because a kid plays, let's say, Grand Theft Auto game, for the systems out right now. If a kid plays that game, they can grow up to be a thief or a carjacker or someone who just is not a good person. It's because of the things that we surround ourselves with. And I feel that as parents should be the one that monitor those things to determine whether or not their child is going to be a certain way. Because if a parent is able to monitor and to set that child on the right path, then there really should be no reason for a person to be a bad person, so to speak. Take Jeffrey Dahmer, for instance. He seemed to be a normal kid until about the age of 10, when he just kind of started looking for dead animals and dissecting them and assembling them and doing all this crazy stuff. And then, maybe that led to his eventual life of killing people, eating people, torturing people, all the things that he did. Maybe that one instance is the reason why he did what he did. Maybe had his parents helped to prevent that from happening, he might not have killed as many people as he killed. Or take the Taliban, for instance. They live a totally different lifestyle that we live, that we don't agree with. But maybe if they weren't taught those things that they were taught, that 9/11 might not have happened, that all those lives that were lost wouldn't have happened. It's because it's all of how it starts. It starts at an early age. Kids are very susceptible to learn things at a very early age. That's why a lot of parents now are teaching children foreign languages now, because you learn quicker, you learn faster at a younger age. So if I'm teaching a 5-year-old Spanish, of course they're going to understand that quicker, because it's going to be like second nature, than if me, a grown person, tries to learn it and it's not my first language, I don't understand. So it's all about how we surround ourselves. If, say for instance, if there is a parent that cheats on the spouse, I mean, it could be that child that sees that will do that same thing in life. Or if they see their parents get beat or whatnot, they may, just kind of push themselves away from that particular sex and decide to be gay, or decide to be lesbian, or playing the video games. The video games now are horrible. Kids who play them at an early age, they have it's proof that they have violent behavioral patterns. That the beating up of grown people in a game that a child can get access to, that's gonna mess a child up in the long run. Things like that is what we need to take out of society, or if not take it out, put a limit on it, or have more watch over children. Because parents nowadays, they buy games, they give it to their kid to shut them up, and then that's it. That's the end of it. Nobody else says anything about it. The kid's quiet. They're playing the game. Everything's okay. But that is where it all starts. It starts with your surroundings. If you surround yourself with good people, then 9 times out of 10 you're gonna be good. Of course, there's no proven fact that if you do that you're gonna be a certain way, but you're more susceptible to be a better person if you're around better people than if I want to be a good person but I'm around drug dealers. That's not going to be good for me. And it's the same thing as is for somebody to say that you're born a certain way. No, you're not. You can't be born anywhere. You're a baby. You have no knowledge of anything. You are brand new to the world. You are fresh off the box. You're brand new to the world. You don't know. You don't know how to talk. You don't know how to do anything. So how can you already know who you are or what you want to be or how you want to act? There's no way that you can determine that from birth. You have to experience things in life. You have to go through things. You have to surround yourself in things in order for you to determine who you are as a person, and evidently who you're going to be as an adult later on in life. So for people to say that you're born gay, that you're born a serial killer, I don't think anybody is born anywhere. Like I said, God brought us into this world pure, clean, nothing. We're ignorant to the world as an infant. We're ignorant. We know nothing. So to say that we're born a certain way, it just, to me, it doesn't make any sense, because there's no way to determine it. Say, okay, for instance, I'm a diabetic. For someone to say that I was born a diabetic, nobody knows that for sure, because I didn't get diabetes till I was 11. So you can't say that a person is born with something unless they're actually born with it, of course. But you can't say that a person is born a certain way until later on in life. Like you said, you have to experience things, you have to go through things in order to be a person that you can be proud of. That, I'm Carl Rogers, like I said, he said that people were born inherently good. And I do believe that people are born inherently good. I think that we have the choice to decide whether or not we want to be bad or we want to be good. So I hope that people can take time to understand that it doesn't work that way. God never intended for us to be evil or for us to be a certain way. He intended us to be pure, good people. He died for his sins. He died for our sins. We're going to die for his sins. So I just want people to leave knowing or trying to understand that you can't be born bad. Everybody has good in them somewhere. I just want people to understand that and not be so ignorant to it.